and I wanted to do a morning pit report for you. A couple of things here. The Germans and the French now are yelling at the Greek Prime Minister. VIX futures are soft by about a point. Not much there. The market's rallied about 1%, 1.5% or so, bouncing off of yesterday's, off of yesterday's debacle. What I wanted to show you real fast was basically what happened with volatility over yesterday, and I have a picture here of implied volatility. So anything you see here in green, all these green buildings, are individual stocks. I have the FAS here, the FAZ, the TZA, the ERY, some of these levered products. And anything you see in dark green, the 10-day volatility has popped over the 30-day. And what I like to do is I like to compare 10-day versus 30-day and see if there's been any short-term movement. As you can see, right, all this green that you see, which is almost every stock that's trading, that actively trades, about 800 or 900 issues, we had a sharp short-term spike yesterday in implied volatility. And what we've seen over and over again in this crisis is you have that first shock, and it's very hard to fade that first shock in volatility, especially when the financials like the FAS and the FAZ are leading the spike. So what I wanted to just bring to your attention is, while it is tempting to kind of fade this, with a little caution, I would take a look at it a little carefully and see if we actually don't start to bend down a little bit. And I have one more kind of interactive chart for you here. Also here, this is kind of the same thing, right? But I'm going to move it out. And this is the Dow 30 stocks, okay? And this is it's just essentially, I've got 30 charts of 10-day implied volatility here for you. This area over here is the financial crisis in 2008. As I kind of zoom in, you see how everything's green. So the greener something is, the higher the implied volatility was. You see these crazy volatility spikes back there for Bank of America and stuff like that when everything was melting down. And short term here, you have these little kind of spikes. This was last summer's financial crisis. Looks kind of small. And now we have this area here, which is actually starting to extend now for a few months, is the latest financial crisis. And I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. And what I want you to see here real clearly is, you see this one point here, this is DuPont, and I'm going to move back in. You see how you had that little, the volatility just fell off the cliff there, and I'm going to zoom in a little more. Why don't I take one that's a real close up here. Okay. Volatility falls off the cliff on the 28th, and here we are now on the 1st, and it's starting to climb back up. So you kind of have a lot of this up and down, up and down, up and down, and down, and now we're starting a little uptrend again. So and you notice how all the stocks now are moving in lockstep. All of them are having this spike in 10-day volatility as I go right down the line. And I can zoom in a little more for you. And you notice how every name here, all the way to CAT, and I think this most volatile name down here is Bank, we're starting that other uptrend again. So I'm just trying to give you a little warning sign here is, kind of, we've seen this before, and you see how we have hit those high spikes in volatility, so we are starting to climb back out a little bit. I like to see that. I like to start seeing some downticks like we saw before you're really starting, and I'll zoom in again here, right, on a stock like, this is CVX, right? I want to see these downticks happening before you really want to start to jump on the volatility, okay? So essentially this is sort of more of the same. It looks like we're in another leg up. Today might be a slight respite, but I'd like to see a day or two of softening before I start looking at some of those kind of short volatility strategies that we like here. I don't think we've seen quite the end of it yet, and I'd like to see the turnaround. So anyway, that's the pit report for the day, just trying to give you a little visual sense of what's going on in volatility. And I look forward to talking to you guys throughout the day. All right, bye-bye. There you go.
All right.
Now what do? You recorded it, right?
Yep, I'll convert it and I'll put it up on the website.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you for doing that.
Now I'm going to start getting you some drafts of The silver course today, probably I have all 6 of them outlined.
Okay.
6 subjects. I'm trying to get you the draft of the first course, the first part of the silver course today, that you can put in option profits, and we can start talking about making the graphs and things look pretty and all that kind of crap.
Okay.
We want to sort of kind of brand the whole look and feel.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get that to you. I'm working it in and out of all of Mark's meetings and stuff.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okie doke.
Yep.
All right.
I will
All
talk
right.
to you
Take
later.
care, Anna. All right. Bye-bye.